I had done it.
There you go. So, 4 minutes 57 seconds. That's quite.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So then I went a second time, like a couple months later, and
yeah.
it's like I need to try it again. And I went with like a similar but different set. And I got there, and I really suffer from horrible anxiety. So this show is also horrible structure for
It's
me.
Gladiator. It's Gladiator gong shows. You know.
Yeah, they're brutal.
Hmm.
And so anyway, I get there nice and early because I was like, I want to get a good, slot. And they put me on first because I got
Yeah.
there too early. And I was like, oh fuck, now I'm on first. And the MC literally like was like, well, like doing kind of similar to what we saw the other night. We're really encouraging the crowd to just be awful. And then she literally introduced me by saying, the first person's gonna get it, aren't they? So now my anxiety is just through the roof. And like I gave a bad performance. Like I had already fudged things up and
Yeah.
like, you know, and I was just waiting for them to gong me off. But this was the first time that I've gone like so late in the show
Hmm.
because I arrived a little bit late. So that I do think that the outcome might have been different had I gone like third.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. The caliber there was ridiculous.
Yeah, it was a really
It
good
was every
people
single
were
one. Like my
yeah.
boy Callum absolutely killed it. Josh Taylor with his t-shirt bit fucking
Oh
killed
yeah.
it. So many of them were just good. There was a lot of Americans as well. I think a lot of people like I just come back from the States
Yeah.
and
That's
they were just
what it was also kind of throwing me because so many people were traveling post Edinburgh
mm,
that they were here and I didn't realize there was gonna be six Americans two and like two people literally making like similar like jokes as me and then like I was
yeah.
like, oh my God, now I'm gonna make this punchline that is like one of my best ones and they've already kind of heard it like or
I know,
something.
I know. What you mean, it's like when you're on a bill with like. I mean, I went to a gig like 2 weeks ago and it was like 12 Essex lads, and every single fucking joke was the same after a while. Like
Yeah,
I did
that
an angle. But the thing is, how do you find being a I was about to say Yank. Why was I about to do that? How do you find being an American on the English circuit? Because we can be pricks.
I think that it comes with its challenges because, well, I mean, I make it a habit to basically address my Americanness right off the bat, like in
Yeah.
my set, like I address the way I sound. But the thing is, like my first opening joke is that basically like I'm an American, whatever. Um, but I was act what will surprise you is that I'm actually born in England, which is true, in Surrey. So
Okay, so what do they
yeah.
send you over just to get the accent?
Yeah, so I say like, oh, I could have had a British accent, and then
Yeah.
I still would have been an annoying bitch. People from Surrey suck. Um, so I address it that way. So then I think people maybe have this perception of me as like kind of this like mixed person
Hmm.
and hopefully that like breaks a little bit of the barrier. So I feel like I do come across a little bit less annoying than some other
You
Americans.
you come across very optimistic.
I don't
Uh, I don't know how to like say that any other way. Like I'm not an optimistic person. So like I like feel good for like 10 seconds, but your whole bill was energy, positive aura, and I thought that was great.
know. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Uh,
I mean, I had gone in with the attitude this time, like just keep going, like just
mm,
keep going. Don't get like lost because if I get lost in my head, like
yeah,
that's it. That's the end. That could be horrible. So
and also with gong shows, it is sort of like herd mentality. The first time one goes up, and there's like bomb bomb, like
yeah, yeah, the other ones start to go up like immediately.
is
One person like did wait it me out a little bit, but then it's fine. Once you're up there, you know it's gonna happen. You're
exactly.
like, all right, it's fine.
As long as you've got someone in the audience ready to take the picture for the background, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I got the footage so that I could see how badly I sucked and try to get better.
No, no, that's why like I very when there's like two or three people from that night who I loved. I was like, right, I want to get you on the pod. I want to talk to you and have a chat. And like I thought your material was quite fresh. I mean, how long have you been doing comedy for?
So I started in February of last year. And I also do think like in this setting, like as you saw, like my comedy is a little bit political. Like it does require like the audience to think like I'm not up there talking about my vagina. Like that's just not like who I am. It's that's like unnatural to me. And like I have very like kind of like clever jokes in that like you do need to have a little bit of like historical knowledge. Generally, it's kind of weird, but like here in the UK, older white folks love me. Like they love.
That's not a bad demographic audience. Fuck on.
Yeah, like before I started comedy, I expected it would be the Indians. I was like, oh my God, the Indians will love me. But now what I've realized is the white people are the ones who like to laugh at us,
Yeah.
right? Like I know that sounds crazy, but they like to laugh at us. And so it's actually like the white people who are like more with it, with even like my Indian content, which you haven't really gotten to see much of yet, but like yeah.
I mean, the one I like to, and like without like I'm a student of comedy, love comedy. I every time I see an Indian comic, a male Indian comic, it's always the same open. No, I'm not your Uber driver. No, I'm not your Deliveroo driver.
Oh
Certain
no,
caption,
no.
and you're just like, dude, like, your stuff's funny. Why do you always fucking open with that?
It's crazy because like even on like the greater circuit, like way beyond, you know what I mean, what we're a part of, like on the greater that shit still sells. Like
Why?
if you deliver it well enough, that is the same thing that I wonder though as a comic. I'm like, how are people still getting by with these same dumb like
Yeah.
stereotypes? Like it's
I do think is it
wild.
because like the audience. I'm not trying to say the audience are thick, but if they don't go to comedy day in day out like we do, then
Yeah.
now. So I'm trying to dim my light, being a retard. If they get darker, whoop, whoop, too dark. If they don't comedy every single day, then they go. Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
If they
that's
don't go comedy every single day, they sort of, you know, they don't hear the same jokes every single day.
yeah.
Where, yeah, I'm not sort of a fan of it. So how would you describe your comedy?
So I feel like I've really been taking time to figure out what my style really is because I mean, just being so like young in this game, I've always said that I'm not a comedian. I'm just a good public speaker. Like
Yeah,
and then comedy, the funny part like kind of comes on the side.
yeah,
But I've now like realized, of course, I have like the cross. I kind of dance between the cross-cultural comedy and
yeah.
be more like political comedy. That's like the space I'm like exploring right now, but I am like notoriously a storyteller. I'm just like finding it difficult to get that laugh ratio kind of thing when it comes to storytelling. It's an art that I need to kind of properly sit down and learn. But
Okay,
yeah,
and so go on. We'll go through that then. So how do you sort of go around? How well start with how do you write a joke?
I usually come up with some random concept in my mind at 3 o'clock in the morning when I'm literally
Always
so
3 o'clock in the morning.
tired. Like I'm about to go to bed, but for some reason I get this idea in my mind, or something like inspires me. Like something will inspire like a comment. Comments be doing it for me. Like I read comments on like current events a lot because there's
Okay,
usually one really funny comment which will like spark like a full idea and like thought process for me. Then yeah, I mean I'll just like write out the full like story, whatever I'm thinking, and then try to, just continue refining and adding more and more and as much as I can. Like I'm trying to do this like back to back, line to line punchline so that even if one doesn't hit,
hmm.
or even if it's just like a chuckle, like I need those chuckles and like little laughs in your head in the middle.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Your little nuggets as you go along. So
Yeah.
I mean, and I know you say like you need the chuckles as you go along, 100%. But the penultimate punchline needs to be sort of worth the squeeze. It's why like I'm not envious of it because I'm a storyteller as well, a misdirectional storyteller. That's my sort of my game. But like one-liners, like I don't know first of all how the hell they remember it all. But second of all, it's so easy to be like, right, that didn't work. Next one, right, that didn't work. Right, next one, that didn't work. Where as a storyteller, you sort of like set on the path.
See, I think that, for instance, like in the context of Up the Creek, comics who are more punchliney one-liners are the ones who succeed there. Like
Oh,
really,
100 and crowd
yeah.
work. Have you met Abdul?
I don't know.
He always kills it there, and all he is crowd work. But he's a Peckham lad, so he's like, Joe, like, shut up, fam, tame your missus, and things like that.
Yeah,
Uh,
like even that,
Fucking kills
people
it.
have that like South London like vibe to them. Like
Yeah,
I've realized like also for me, it's a little bit difficult because one, I sound like this and I'm a woman on top of that. So sometimes it's very I still need to stand out like in the
yeah,
crowd. But there's a lot of big personalities which are much more, I would say, personable to like the London audience. So those people are able to make jokes on things that are niche, you
yeah.
know, that I'm like a little bit disconnected with, which is what what I guess makes a comedy hard in London, I think, because I have gone to Los Angeles and done some comedy and been like, oh my God, this was so like I was like, what? This is ridiculously bad. Like everyone sucks. Like
What in LA?
yeah, like no, not everyone sucks,
To be
but
fair,
like
there was that little black dude who fucking killed it.
I didn't see him. He actually was on one of the previous nights, I think,
Right.
that I've come to Up the Creek
Okay.
as well.
Kind of. You said about London accents. Where am I from then?
You said Essex. I could guess Essex.
No, 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 no. I just know my boys in Essex. No, I'm a Londoner. And
I
by
don't
now we should know there is a difference between north, east, south, and west.
I mean, I don't know though, but I don't know that much.
I'm southeast.
Southeast. Okay. Yeah.
Southeast. There's a big distinguishable difference. So um, I will go into because I'm heavily going into this topic on Thursday. Um, Female in comedy. I'm just gonna throw it out there as well. You're a good-looking woman. How do you find being a good-looking young woman in the comedy scene in London?
Well, mm, hmm. At first, like right when I started, honestly, I didn't wasn't thinking much about it. I was just like, oh, like I'm here, doing my thing like
Yeah,
everybody else. Slowly, I realized then one day, basically, I got the opportunity to run the Wednesday open mic at Backstreet. And
yeah,
instead, it's my cousin who runs Backstreet. So I said to him, I said, why don't we do it an all women's night?
and all women. Yeah,
Instead, yeah. And so he said, fine, actually, like, let's do that every other week. Like, let's do that often. So I was like, great, I'll do it. And when we started off, like, it was really strong and like a space where women could get together. I do think that there's some really hilarious, on your point though, like, there is some really hilarious women here in London, like,
Oh,
hilarious.
I'm not challenging you for one
No,
second. Like,
no,
some
but
women fucking kill it.
sometimes, like, there is something about them that is easy for them to self-deprecate. So, like, they
Yeah.
could easily be maybe like older. Like, I've seen, do you know, I think her name is Maggie.
That's
She's
the most stereotypical old white woman name in the world.
Maggie McHugh, I think is her name.
Oh, we're now going Irish or Scottish.
No,
You?
she's
I
she's
don't know.
British.
No, I don't gig in London. I fucking hate London.
Okay, fair. Well, she's great. I love her. And
Yeah,
but like a lot of like what she's saying that's funny is funny because she is like a 75-year-old woman saying it. Or like somebody might do something funny, but it's funny because like they're overweight and so they're able to like make fun about that.
yeah.
Do you think like sometimes when you're just like a ditzy little pretty girl like going up, like then people are like, well, you need to be a little bit more.
Bro, I no, I've
I
never
do
thought. I've
struggle with that.
you've really fucking done a little light bulb there. Because obviously everyone talks about what they know. Obviously, do you know what I mean? An old person talks about being old, fat talks about being fat, black, black, Chinese, Chinese, women, women. But if you do it from your angle, it's like, I'll be better than that. Don't be that love.
No, what do you
No,
mean?
no, 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 no. I know I'm dying on this hill here. Like I could do a fat joke, and everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, yeah, it's true. Hi, he is fat," because that's self-deprecating. Being a young, attractive girl in comedy, how do you self-deprecate yourself without coming across ditzy?
Yeah, so you can't, I mean, like, I guess that's why I guess I play on my like Indian heritage,
Mm.
but like also you can only go so far without going to the classic freaking jokes that we've heard 1,000 million times
Yeah,
also. So I feel like that is like one big thing that kind of goes out the door. Like, people that classic joke, like, oh, I'm standing here and like, why do I look like Dora the Explorer? I don't know, whatever people say, and then people think it's so relatable and hilarious. Like, that's kind of out the window for me. So I
yeah.
just do think like that my content like needs improvement because I think that my ability to actually present it and speak is there, you know? So it's just like a trade-off. I do think like it is a bit of a challenge. It can be.
But okay, well, God, I'm really going stereotypical tonight. I'm loving it. But you don't come across as like Indian. So how can you play on that as
But
much?
that is, yeah, I've been like kind of brainstorming this like kind of joke set type thing on being like racially ambiguous. But the truth is like I'm 100% Indian, like I'm not mixed or anything. Like, but yes, like I hear that all the time that I'm like racially ambiguous. Are you mixed? Like whatever.
Hmm.
Um, but there's something there for a joke. There is something there. But yeah, I have realized that sometimes I've just like started using an Indian accent in a set.
Can I hear it?
Yeah.
You do yours, I'll do mine. God, who's gonna get
Oh,
cancelled first? Come on, let's be honest here.
I'll never get canceled.
Yeah, it's so
I won't cancel you. I'll give you a pass if
I
that's
get a
okay.
parquet. Can I have it in writing, please? No,
Wait,
I have a theory that I am so bad
put
at
it in
accents.
writing.
Every single accent I do
Type it in the
ends up
chat
going,
box.
please, yeah,
No
get a
pass.
little sign off. Every single accent I do goes to Indian somehow. If I do Irish, it ends up going to Indian.
Mine goes to Russian.
Niente.
Why?
In Russia, we joke you. But see, even the Indian was slowly coming out there.
It was. I heard it already.
Like, top of the morning, do you? How are you? See, instantly, it's just. I think
Yes.
it's when I do the U, when I do the drop down, I
It's
instantly
just like
convert. You know,
Indians in Ireland or something.
yeah.
That's what that was sounding
I stay
like.
away from accents. Can't do them. Can't do them to save my life. I've
I
done
do,
my.
I do multiple low-key in my set. I do Indian accent. I do this other, I don't know, ambiguous Eastern European accent. I just be mixing it around.
I'm trying to do Eastern. No, I can't even think how to do. I think you need that go-to word. Like Jamaican is, you say beer bacon, but like beer can, don't you? Like beer
Beer can.
can.
That
I'm having
sounds
beer can. I'm on
Irish.
the dribble.
Beer can. Oh, sorry.
No, that was it, kid. That was Indian. That slipped. That was Indian then. You went Indian then. You slipped
They're
there.
basically all Indian.
You so you wrote your absolute banging Indian set. It is perfect. God's gift or Vishnu's gift, whoever, someone's gift. Fucking love it. How many times will you try that on stage before you're like, you know what, I got something here, or no, I need to fuck that off?
I don't think it's like that about the whole set. I think it has to do with like which lines were the bangers in that set. Like I think that every set that I've like done ever since I started comedy has at least one joke that's like a do or die. Like it will never fail. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think in stand-up comedy is essentially just a collection of those, which is why you have to keep writing and keep gigging. I am a quick writer, so I do write and try stuff a lot. Like, and a lot of people always say that to me. They'll be like, Sim, like, when are you writing all this? I'm like, I don't know, I get bored.
Well, how do you write it? Do you just write the premise, the punchline, or do you write it all out like a script?
I write it all out like a script.
Same here. That's what I do. I people do premise punchline. I wouldn't have the confidence to do that. The one I do, little cheat sheet, people, do it on Word, write it out, and then get another Word document up and a dictator phone it, and then just copy it, then see how close you are.
And you know what a good like actual like thing that I don't know, I just started doing this. This is probably like something that someone teaches, but I don't know. I just gathered it. But basically, if I have like a 10-minute set, right? I'll break it down. So I'll do like 10, times 60 is whatever, 600 seconds. And if I want a laugh every 10 seconds, that means I should have roughly 60 jokes, 40 of which should be like actual jokes, right?
Yeah.
And like 20 can be like small laughs. And then I'll write my set and then I'll number it.
Mm.
Like I should have 60 in there and they should all be able to fit in the 10 minutes.
Okay.
And each one, like each number is basically the punch, like whatever word is like thinking to you. And I realized that that technique has actually like made a huge difference in like just the people's reaction to my set. It's like continuous laughter rather than like, yeah, like really slow build up for like a good punchline, but maybe not worth it, you
Yeah,
know?
if it doesn't bang, then you sort of fucked on that one.
Yeah, so like now I'm like, doing the classic, like tried and tested intro jokes in the at the top, like bang, 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 then go into whatever, and then end with something strong again.
Okay.
They
Do
like,
you always start your open and close the same?
no, I start my opening similarly, but I don't close the same. It depends on like what content I'm doing. I mix it up often. If I'm able to do a little callback, like I'll throw that in there too.
Yeah. That's what crowd work's good for callbacks. Like, how is your crowd work?
Not good. I so I'm actually like a trained public speaker. So I used to do speech and debate like in high school and everything. That was my sport. It's like a very serious, like competitive institution in the US.
Yeah.
And so I'm very, very much used to having control over my time and like have like, just doing classic old school stand-up comedy where you present content and you do that. I have been trying to be more present and so like reacting a little bit better. And nowadays, like, well, I MC a lot, which is where I ended up doing more crowd work, but I don't know why I still have this like apprehension to like giving myself time to do it if I'm only one of a few comedians there for a
Mm.
set.
Okay. Do you prefer comparing to doing a fixed bit?
Do I prefer MCing?
Yeah, comparing. Yeah.
Oh, yes, yes, I do. I like kind of traded myself as an MC at this point. I'm just like good
Okay.
at keeping the energy high and like the spirit's good. I'm also good at roasting people. Like if people suck, like I'll just
Okay.
like
Go on, roast me.
no, I know. Like
Roast
if
me.
you
No, no,
do
go on.
not,
You,
no,
the
I
words
didn't
came
do
out
it
your
like
fucking mouth. They came out your mouth, not mine. Roast me. Roast me.
that. Okay, well, okay, wait. Let me like think about it as we speak, and then I will like just throw it in there.
Oh, I'm an easy target.
Full on roast.
I'm an easy target. Come on.
I
Okay. If
have
you
to.
to analyze, okay,
It's
if
easy to roast someone if they like sucked.
I'm sucking regard, insult me.
No.
Okay, what would you look at? What's your like your what's it called? Alien versus Predator. Like you've locked on. What would you sort of go for first?
Skill, talent.
So you wouldn't go. Okay, look, fat, shit beard,
Oh, see,
got a
I'm
shit
lazy
hat,
like
bad
that.
top, bad organized posters.
No, I'm not like that. No,
Oh,
it looks like a nice little background, and you have dachshunds. You're literally we could be best friends at this
did we just become best friends?
We
I,
could be best friends.
I,
So, no.
let me ask this thing. I love this question. So, you're comparing a night, it's going well. There's six people on the bill. I'm first on the second half on your night, okay? You've
Mhm.
never seen me before. I go on and I am the most offensive prick in the world. I go on and I drop the N word. I call everyone's mum a see you next Tuesday. Do you know what I mean? I wish the woman who's got terminal illness at the front, glad she's dying. I am the most offensive prick in the world. I get booed off the stage.
Okay.
How would you deal with that as the MC? And how would you bring the room back?
I mean, I just think definitely addressing it, addressing what happened, talking to people in the front row, talking shit about whatever just happened. Like, I think being unapologetic about talking shit about people who suck
Yeah.
is a good. thing, and that's so easy. It doesn't even really take much skill. People just think that's first of all funny and like you're just like being real and like interacting with what's actually happening rather than pretending like nothing happened and trying to move on, you know?
Yeah.
Um, and I have seen far too many MCs, far too many do shit like that where like the room will be dead after like someone has totally killed
Mm.
it and they'll just try to like move on. I do not think that's the way to go. And you know, more often than not, the sad thing is people usually like aren't because now like I MC like at least once a week. So I've done so many shows now.
Mm.
People usually aren't like wildly offensive,
No,
like
they're not.
dropping the N-word,
Yeah.
but they might just suck. And like they might be making a genuine effort. We all are, right? Like and
Yeah.
sometimes we bomb too, but like they might be making a genuine effort, but they were really bad and like they killed the room.
Yeah.
I still just think like in that, like I feel like that's like my level of brutality where I'm like, all right, this is brutal enough where I can go up there and roast you a little for being bad and at least
Yeah.
bring the room back on board so that it's a clean slate for the next act.
Yeah, I completely commend it. And the one thing I don't understand, do not see much. I think if a comedian is shit, they need to be told they're shit. Not at open mic level. When you're on that level, you can get sugarcoated a little bit. But the second you start getting paid for it, you've got to expect the outcome. Like if you're dog, you got to be told you're dog. Like I mean, some people have bad gigs and shit, but just sort of the way it is. So
Yeah.
yeah, you need to slap people down.
On that note, like I always think that like sometimes people like are a little too nice. Like
Yeah.
for instance, like I hate coming out of a gig where everyone is just like telling each other how great they were. You were so
Oh, fucking
good today. I'm
is
like,
that
like
bringer ones?
sometimes a bringer, like I've
I
even been paid at like gigs where like other acts I didn't do well, and which is fine, but like then you also just don't need to say anything.
Yeah. Well, that's
You,
what I don't like about London. I think it's very a lot of comedians go, especially when people start out all around like in a corner in a circle, like fucking jerking each other off, telling each other how fucking great they were. Where the best advice I ever got told was get better, just get good. Once you get that, it won't. It was a bit shit. Get better. Like oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Or
I need to get
not
better.
even like I feel like even like being like, listen, like you went at this point, like the crowd was dead, whatever. At least that's still acknowledging like the truth of what happened. Like, you know, I just don't think you always need to be. But I also think that like, and I've noticed this honestly, maybe it's because I'm like a kind of a foreigner and I travel a lot like to go home and stuff.
To
But
America,
yeah, yeah.
Miami, bitch. That fucking
Yeah,
got in my head.
I was hanging out with my parents in my house, but I do think that people are a little bit too caught up in the clickiness of the London comedy circuit and the scene.
Mm,
I think that people forget that nobody gives a fuck. Like nobody gives a fuck about like the circuit. Like nobody gives a fuck about your friends and who thinks like you're good. It doesn't matter. Like forget outside of like forget outside of like London.
yeah.
Like I mean like even people in London like don't even know what the hell is going on and who these up and coming people are and blah blah blah.
Oh,
Like
100, yeah.
I think
It's
that
fucking high school all over again.
and like people are in their head and then I notice like they don't post enough online and they're so busy like gigging. I'm like, what are you doing gigging if you're not posting? The game is online. Like you can go to a shit open mic and post a really good video online
Yeah,
and like that's what's gonna get you followers. That's what's
yeah,
gonna make you get more opportunities. Like I don't think that I think that like a lot of us are and I've like just stepped back because I think even that was happening to me.
yeah,
I was getting too in my head about comparing myself to like this person and that person and where they are and where I am and when I started. And I was like, wait a second. Actually, none of this fucking matters.
yeah. Well, it's one of my favorite all-time comedians, Craig Campbell. I've had him on, Canadian dude, fucking brilliant. He's been on the same bill as Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock.
Oh, wow.
Fucking, he's got about 2,000 followers on Instagram. But he just doesn't play the social media game. Where you get other ones who are social media fucking kings and queens, Slay Queen, all that shit. They'll go and fucking die on their ass.
But you know, the truth is that's where the money is.
Of course it is. Yeah.
So
Okay. How
money
much
is
of
the
comedy would you say is actually being funny then?
yeah, no, no. I do, but
Or to a level, you've got to be
thing
funny.
like
Then after that.
even some of these really, really funny acts that like we like look at and like sometimes might, kill it at Up the Creek or something else,
Yeah.
like it is like there's certain comedians who are the storytellers and who are like the big personalities. Those are the ones where I'm like, okay, I would sit down and watch you for an hour.
Storyteller, yeah.
But like when it comes to like some of these like quick, like I here's a two-line joke, here's a two-line joke, which I see all the time.
Like
And
a Mark Simmons.
sometimes it kills,
Yeah.
you know? I'm like, yeah, but how long is this gonna keep my attention?
Oh
Like,
yeah, my
what are
ADHD
you,
would kick in, dude, straight
what are you
away.
working towards? You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Particularly on the podcast or where it's at.
Yeah, a podcast, of course.
Because no, I think people like funny, but it's then one-liners. You can't keep the attention for an hour. But Dave Chappelle, I could listen to for about 6 hours a day. If you watch Dave Chappelle's latest work for the last 3, 4 years, he only tells about 5 jokes in 10 minutes. The rest is him holding court,
Mm.
bringing them all in, lifting the tone up and down. I don't think it's a second you realize, right, I'm funny, I can do jokes. Then it's then just playing with emotions after that. You always got to be funny on stage? Have you got to write a joke every 15 seconds, or can you go serious once
Yeah,
you're
so
held court?
I like that. Like I like the ability of comedians. Like you've not like seen obviously have like a little bit of political comedy and stuff, like especially in those moments, like I think those are places to step out of that like comedy framework and like be a person and like be like, hey, I'm not just here to make a joke and for you to laugh at me. Like I'm here to actually say something.
Yeah, I get that, but then also I think like the way Kamala Harris lost the election is because she was relying on the endorsement of celebrities, where most people, uh, I mean, I would listen to, do you know what I mean, a head scientist or a head economist over Taylor Swift's advice.
Yeah, yeah, and
Like,
I don't
who
think
who are we to give?
well, I don't think we're giving anyone advice. I think we're just like making a comment, right? Like, I mean, I also am a political scientist, like by trade, right? I'm a graduated political scientist.
Where what uni?
I did my undergrad in the U.S. at
Ah,
Tulane,
okay,
and I did my master's at LSE, and then
okay, cool.
I yeah, and then I basically started my dental business. So I run a business here, and comedy, I just do it for fun.
So political science, dentistry.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to find the correlation here, and
Jack of all
I
trades.
can't find that. That is the most left swinging foot right, whatever. You've gone a fucking whatever down the fucking avenue.
Oh, well, I guess like people focus on like it being dentistry, but really it's just like running a business. Like
I now I'm not going to show my teeth for the rest of the podcast. Like,
I've already looked at them. Okay. You could get them done.
I
I
could.
noticed I noticed like half an hour ago.
It's so my weight, it's on my hair, not on the. I've got my British teeth. I've got a little vampire with it. So,
No, they're not that bad.
no, they are. Don't worry. But
You could fix them. You have space to move. But anyway, we can talk about
space, space to move.
it.
Say,
Like you have
you
spacing.
bitch.
There is space for your teeth to move.
Where am I moving them?
What I mean is they're not like too crowded.
I'm missing one there.
Good. Then you should move them all
Uh,
and then you put in one.
It got knocked out when I was playing American football, and I went to the dentist the next day. Like they ripped the rest of it out, and they were like, "You can get like a something in it," and I was like, "Oh no, I'll get it done privately."
You can get like a diamond tooth.
Oh yeah, a fucking grill would suit
You'll
me
look like
perfectly,
a
wouldn't
white
it?
rapper.
Fucking hell. I ooze white rap, don't I? That
You
is
do a little
yeah,
bit. You
yeah,
do.
brilliant. Yeah,
You
my
could.
fucking album drops like that's fair enough. I had two Indian mates, Aaron and Raja. They were twins like me, but they we used to call them the Twindians.
That's good.
Fucking easy, weren't it? Easy. And we used to always at lunchtime just like rap battle to each other, but we must be coming across as the whitest people in the world because it was like
You're like,
out. It was like like American rap. Like, I'm not gonna lie, UK rap, grime slaps the shit out of American rap.
yes, UK rap is very good.
It's
Yeah.
filth. Like how they think so quick is just like I would never do it, but I would love to go to them what are the, like the underground grime rap battles?
Oh God.
But yeah, I wouldn't fit in. Like, I'd rather be like, come one of their own. To be honest, Joe, come
I
now, minute. Go on, go on.
I think that if you got a golden tooth and then but then you
All the
open
way back there. All
you
day
would
long.
be like giving white rapper, but then you would open your mouth and everyone would know you're a theater kid. Or
I think they would take that gold out my mouth. I would look like the easiest victim in the world. Like, and also one of them. Fair. Why would you get the back one done? Just the back one.
Oh yeah, you have to get it in the front.
Yeah, fuck that. Joe, I've not even asked you. Why did you even start doing comedy?
Depression. No.
No, 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 I know. I like. There we go. I want to make you upset now. So
No, no, no.
let's go into the shoulder. Why are we upset? Why are we depressed? Come on,
Um, Basically, it was just like the transition, right, from like being in
boy.
school to like the real world and then working and like just going to work, running my own business. So I'm not like in a huge office with like lots and lots of people. This is my own business. It's just like
Yeah,
a couple other employees and like going to work and coming home every day. And I would see my friends on the weekend, but it was just like not enough and I wasn't fulfilled. And I basically was just like, well, what's the one thing I know how to do? And that's public speaking. It's the one thing I know how to do. So I was like, what can I even do with that? And I guess I was like, okay, like I guess stand up is like one route in. And the first person I uttered this to was she's actually my second cousin, but basically like my cousin Karishma, who I became much closer to after I moved to London because we didn't
she a
really
comedian as well.
no, no, she's just my cousin.
All right.
And I said to
Second
her,
cousin actually.
sorry?
Second cousin actually, not just your
Yeah,
cousin.
yeah, she's my second cousin. And I said to her again, she was the first person I even said it out loud for the first time to her that, hey, I have this idea that maybe I'm gonna like give stand up a try. I don't even know how to get into it. And she just looked at me and she was like, Simi, like our cousin is a stand-up comedian and he will help you. And she gave me his number. And the
You
next
didn't
day,
have your cousin's number,
no, Vic, we had met once in the past, but like we didn't really know each other. This is like my dad's cousin's kids.
right? I'm dropping my racism here. How many cousins?
Oh, their parents have nine siblings, so there's like
Yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah,
Like, is
there's
it India now like the number one like populated country? Like they smash the shit out of China.
yeah, Karma Sutra baby.
They love it, yeah. I mean, like, I'm not. Like, my
Shit.
flexibility goes to about that. So not meaning to brag, but
Yeah, no, so then I
I don't know why I try to say how flexible I am. My foot can get about 40 centimeters off the ground. Just throwing it out there. I'm doing it right now, and I am amazed at my how that hurt.
it's
Ligament gone.
because the Indians be squatting when they need to take a shit.
Yes, when I lived in
Very good
Malaysia,
for you,
there
like
was always the hole in the floor.
yeah.
Yeah. And
Um,
also, why is it not a big hole? Like, where do you learn to accurately poop?
why are you saying you? I don't know how to do it.
Oh, you clearly are more Indian than you. Then learn about your culture.
Yeah, I don't know how to do it.
What? You've never been in India?
I have, but I don't use those bathrooms. Well, I'm staying in a hotel when I go to India. Have you not gathered at this point? I'm like an LSE graduate. I run business. It's like I'm like an actual real person.
So you haven't taken a shit in the hole in the floor. So are you
No!
a real person?
Oh my
Are
God.
you? How more people have taken a shit in the hole in the floor than
Okay,
haven't?
okay. It's not that
So
I
you're
have.
actually a minority in this
I'll
situation.
be honest, like I have, but like
Oh,
would I call
there we
myself
go.
like a person who knows how to do it or an expert at it? Absolutely not.
Okay, every now and then I like to say these 10-second clips from this pod, and that's the bit I'm going to do. That's the bit I'm going to do. That's just going to be the highlight reel on repeat. You know what? I have taken a shit on the
No.
hole in the floor. Yep. So there you go. Perfect.
I
So,
have.
do you know what? I'm actually going to pay to have a little fucking billboard outside your business. So when they go past, oh, should we get our teeth done by the girl who shits in a hole in the floor?
Oh my God,
There you go.
that's
Say I've got bad teeth. Say I've got bad teeth one more time. I will hold my vendetta.
5-star smiles. I poop cleanly. I wash my hands. Like worst advertisement ever.
Yeah, best bit. I know, I'm too lazy to fucking do clips. I had this one the other day, and this guy was like, he was saying about the worst thing he's seen someone do on stage, and this guy was like, I hate faggots. I was like, that's the bit I'm clipping. I'm clipping. You said that. I'm cancelling you, bitch. So, what's the worst thing you've seen someone do on stage
The worst thing, oh my God, I've seen some shit.
in the
Oh
whole
my
tour?
God. Oh gosh, that is such a good question. But also, no, this is gonna be on the internet, so I can't be.
You haven't got a name drop. Don't name drop. Don't venue drop.
No, good thing because clearly I'm so bad at names, I don't know anybody's name anyway. But I just like
It was
have.
your cousin.
Oh my God, I have seen some really bad stuff. I have seen. There was one night at this gig way back. It was like the OG beginning days where like I had mainly gone to like had good nights at gigs. Like I'd gone Backstreet, like great time. I'd go into Cuts Comedy. I had a great night. I was like, oh my God, like this is so much fun. And this was like one of my first like really bad gigs. And I was the only woman.
Yeah.
Oh no, there was one other woman. And I had brought my two friends with me as my bringers. And it was all men, but it was all like incels
Oh
the
yeah,
whole night.
yeah.
It's like all incels, okay?
I've coined the terminology bad semen.
Yeah.
It's like the shittest semen won the race.
And they were all like only laughing at each other. So obviously my hippy dippy Donald Trump jokes, like nobody was like interested in anything I had to say, like my Indian mom, whatever. They would just like get this girl off. Anyway, then finally, like another girl like goes on, and this is like a bringer, so I have to sit through the whole damn thing. And the other girl goes on, and I'm like, oh my God, finally, at least we'll have like a breather from the
Yeah.
incels. And this girl, I kid you not, goes up and her first line is, I'm a female incel, so I think that that would mean like I'm called a she cell or some fucking dumb joke. And I was just like, is this serious? Is this actually happening? Like, is this actually happening right now? Because it was all incels except for me and my two friends. We were so confused.
What's your previous boyfriend's favorite Word document?
My previous boy, what is
Yeah,
this question?
Excel. Sorry.
What is happening?
That's so shit. Sorry, I was thinking of cell. I thought Excel. That was so bad. That was like, I apologize in advance. I don't care. I'm funny. I have to throw up a few bad ones every now and then.
Oh
So
God.
she was a
That was a
female
dad joke.
incel, a she cell,
I don't even
seashells on
know.
the seashore.
It was like some incel pun, but like after the whole night full of incels, I literally said out loud to my friend, like, thank God it's a girl, like at least we'll have a break from the incels. And she immediately is like, I'm an incel too.
Boom, the
It's like, what
fucking
the
opposite.
fuck? Like, this is awful. That was an interesting one. I never went back there.
Do you think there is like womanhood, like girl power, girl group
Yes.
in comedy? Or is every female still out for themselves like every male is truly?
Like, yes, like everybody definitely is out for themselves. I think it goes like, either way. But I do think like there is a sense of community and camaraderie between the women, especially like if you're, gigging consistently and you're like kind of, growing and learning and achieving a little bit. I think definitely that point, but I do think like it's much easier, I think. And I mean, I guess who am I to say, but I do think it's much easier to just like be a man and do crazy shit on stage and like just like have that in you to like be able to like do something absolutely whack that's gonna make
Be edgy. I agree at open mic level, 5, 10 minute spot levels, but that's where they'll end. They'll never get further. They'll they'll get caught out being edgy. But you need to. I will say you need to earn your stripes to be edgy on stage. You can't
yeah
just go off and doing it because for shock value, you might get a couple of chuckles, but you're going to get exposed very quickly, and the juice is never really worth the squeeze. Like I will just out. Do you think you can joke about anything?
me
Yeah. Can a comedian joke about anything?
no I don't think so.
What can't they joke about?
um I mean I mean other than the obvious like you can't really comment on like the struggles of other people unless you're intimately familiar, like build a context that like makes it clear that you are. But then again, in doing all that, that's time wasters. But so like, yeah, obviously like making a joke about like, another community or some marginalized group
Yeah.
would be off the table. But
Why?
I also just think like beyond that, it's about like who you are and what you're okay with. Like I first of all like know that my parents, like all their friends, like whatever, they're all like consuming my content and they like love seeing it and they love like they're excited, they're supporting me. So like I'm definitely never gonna say anything that would first of all like embarrass my parents to a
Yeah.
point. Like, you know what I mean? To a
I
certain
get
there's
that.
a line, I think. So like for me, there's that like I also just like do think of myself like I told you, like I'm not like I'm never just gonna be that girl like up there just talking about like I don't
A
know, I
she
had
self.
sex with this guy last night. Like it's just not
Mm.
like okay, we all have sex. Like get over it. I that's how I feel about it. I'm
That's
like
the next bit I'm clipping. There we go.
we all have sex. Get over
Yeah.
it.
Two for
No,
two.
but so I do like respect myself essentially. Like I think I am an elegant woman and I'm a professional woman in this world and like I want to present myself that way because it's true.
Oh no, 100. No, yeah, you don't want to sell your soul to the devil for the industry. I'll tell you where I stand on it. I think you can joke about anything. There's no such thing as punching down, but you need to be aware of the persona you give off on stage. I
Yeah.
I am a I'm a 5'11", 6 foot white guy. Uh, I write fantastic black jokes, Indian jokes, trans jokes. I will never do them on stage because I can never do them justice. So what I do is I've got trans mates, I've got Muslim mates. I'll send the joke to them and say, look, try something with this
Yeah.
because you can do the joke justice. The juice has to be worth the squeeze because you got me. You think about anything funny, even if it's taboo. I don't know. You can still think of a funny joke, but
Yeah, that of course. In fact, that's a great skill to be able to like think in so many different perspectives, like so many different outlooks. But yeah, it's like about how, of course, how you want to present, how you want the world to see you,
yeah,
individual. But I think like everyone must and should have their lines.
yeah.
Yeah.
100. Whereas, like I said, I say now, you can't joke. You can joke about anything you want as long as you do it right. But I also need to challenge that by saying, if you choose to talk about something, you need to expect the outcome.
Yeah.
Like, no one has ever gone to you, Simi, and gone, listen, you need to go on stage and you need to say this. You've chosen that topic. You've chosen that conversation to go up and present yourself. And that's how you wish to present yourself. That's absolutely fine. No one's saying you can't do that, but we have a right to think you're a bellend.
Yeah.
That's my 2 cents on it.
Yeah, I think, and I think, of course, that's true. It is, I mean, at the end of the day, the thing that makes comedy beautiful and it makes it not theater is that it is like somewhat each audience member feels like they're having a conversation with you, right? I don't know, I think that's like how comedy is meant to feel, more so like a conversation, less so like a performance. And exactly that, what you said, that, yeah, then people do form their own perspectives and are able to voice them. But
Okay. So what do you want out of comedy then? Like
um,
we're going for what? I just shy, just smidge over a year.
yeah.
Like what's the penultimate goal here?
Well, I guess one thing we haven't really talked about is that I do comedy in Hindi as well, and
In Hindi?
I do comedy like in India, like
Oh, in
physically
India. Okay, cool,
in
calm.
India and here in Hindi. So like that's like another huge avenue that is going very well for me.
Okay. Let me ask it. Because I had a Indian lass, Moni, and she was a dirty old bird, about 64. She gonna slap me for guessing her name wrong. But the comedy she has in Belgium, she can't do in India because of the
Political.
government.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a problem.
Yeah. So like,
But
how universal is all your bits, or do you have to chop and change bits depending on where you?
let's see, my stuff like it wouldn't bother anyone like politically there because my Indian content is not political. it's very much like about like my identity like as a non-resident of India. In fact, a lot of us like and it's about my language skill because like my actual Hindi is a little bit imperfect like because I just learned it myself. And so people think that's like funny. It's kind of like part of the charm switching between English and Hindi. It's like a whole different thing, but like I do a lot about just like stuff that's like already within Indian culture that's like not really politically.
Okay, so like like how like you write your script sometimes, and sometimes you write like a poem, like four words per 5 6 words per sentence, needs to flow correctly, stopping in time, punching in time. When you translate that into Hindi, do you have to sort of like add more bits in? Like does it become a little bit more fluffier?
I don't actually like translate my content like that. I write like content exclusively for the Hindi Indian audience and I write content separately exclusively for the English audience. Like some content, like for instance, my British content sometimes like is able to cross over and I'm able to translate it like very easily. Um, but generally like my vibe in both is like completely totally different.
Okay, can I hear an Indian joke then? One you would do in India, but obviously in English because I haven't got my translator.
Yeah, but it's like based on like references to movies and stuff, so you wouldn't know.
How do you know? No, I like my Bollywood. Love a bit of Bollywood.
Okay. Okay, so I do a bit where I'm just like, yeah, like, well, I used to when I was younger, I wanted to be a doctor because there's a doctor in my life that, I really look up to and admire. Munna Bhai is the punchline because there's a movie called Munna Bhai. It's just like about this like dumbass doctor. And it's
Really?
like every Indian would know that
Right.
movie, like every single person. So it's like kind of the references.
Can you now do it in Hindi for me?
Do that whole bit in Hindi. Yeah. um जब मैं छोटी थी एक्चुअली मैं डॉक्टर बनना चाहती थी क्योंकि एक्चुअली मेरी जिंदगी में एक डॉक्टर है जिसकी मैं बहुत रिस्पेक्ट करती हूँ एडमायर करती हूँ मुन्ना भाई दैट्स दैट
The word respect. Oh, in the bit, I was trying to think, how does an Indian laugh? And I was like, no, I don't like. They laugh like people
I'll tell
laugh.
you, the Indians are so much fun to perform with because they are not horny for the punchline. The British people like are very like on the edge of their fucking seat, ready to laugh at your punchline. They're just waiting for the cadence of your voice. Like they don't even care what you're saying sometimes.
Yeah,
The Indian audience, like they are clapping, they are laughing, like they are hollering throughout your set. Like you use one word in the middle of the thing that's funny, like they're literally stopping you. But that's what I love. Like they're actually so engaged like throughout and like will even
yeah.
laugh, like repeat a word, be like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you said that." Like I don't know. It's just like a nicer like vibe.
Yeah, that's a feel good factor.
Yeah, like
Like
it's
where English people sort of like arms crossed, like, well, make me laugh then.
yeah, yes.
Mm.
And sometimes like the British Indians can be that way as well.
Oh, okay.
But the Indians from India, they are the best.
Okay. So, God, yourself personally, I love this joke as we're nearing the end. What's been your favourite moment on stage, and what time did you personally bomb the hardest? And it's not because we've not even talked about bringers yet, and you haven't heard my hate rant. So, best moment on
Okay,
stage, worst moment.
I think like I definitely bombed. That was one of my worst bombs, like that you saw.
I should tell. Oh, up the creek.
Yeah, that was
I
like,
thought you were really good. That's why I was
oh
like,
my
well,
God,
I'm very
no.
surprised.
I've never like been booed like that before. Like that was definitely I was like, now I'm a real stand-up comedian because I was booed.
Mm.
So now when people are like, "Oh my God, have you ever been booed off the stage?" I can be like, "Yes, I have actually."
Yeah, love a good boo.
That was a pretty bad one, but of course, we've done like a dead room, 1,000 dead rooms at
Yeah.
this point. I get a lot, like 2, 3 times a week. So done a bunch of dead rooms. And my best, um, well, I was actually really thrilled after my first performance at Up the Creek. I thought I was great.
Yeah.
That was a really good night. But I killed. I won. the Habitat open mic in India, which was
Yeah.
also a really amazing moment because I really killed there. Um, and yeah, I don't know. I've had like quite a few, but I can't go ranting. I could
Yeah.
go ranting talking
So
about cake.
now let me mention the Voldemort then. Bringer. I hate them. I think they're so bad for the industry. The rest of the country, I know comedians all across the country. The rest of the UK is laughing at us in London.
No, but they have the bringer in LA too.
Yeah, the UK. Yeah, LA, same then. Fuck
It's
LA.
the same. They have
No,
it everywhere.
no.
But I think it's necessary. What's the way around it? Like us just watching
The
each other?
promoters do a better job, and if
But
they don't, then the nights die.
But I think that's easier said than done. Like as somebody who every day literally like promotes and advertises my own business, like first of all, like Instagram advertising is very expensive and
Yeah,
useless. It's like not only expensive, but also doesn't actually like those leads don't even turn into like real people where you can earn your money back then from that because you have to like have that investment returned. I mean, I think that there is one comedy club that is doing a great job of like spreading the word in their community, which is run by I think Ryan Denham runs it. Untitled.
oh yeah, in Acton, I know him.
It's a very nice
I've had
show.
him on.
Yeah, you've had him or you
Episode 43, I think.
Oh,
I've
yeah,
had Ryan
he's
on. Yeah, he's
great.
a good lad. Yeah,
And they have done a re he has done the
in a
stand
cinema, innit?
yeah, it's a yes, in
Yeah,
the
yeah, right, Ryan Gaff.
yeah.
Actually, I was speaking to him yesterday. Funny enough, actually.
And it's a lovely show. It was literally one of my favorite shows that I
Yeah.
went to last year. Um,
So what's he doing different to everyone else?
I don't know. I think it's because like that cinema is like already a staple in the community. The cinema itself does a really good job of like spreading the word. And like it seems like the people there are like know each other. If that makes sense. Like a lot of the people in the audience know each other because they're all like
Yeah, but
from
do you want that also? Do you want to be performing something in front of the same people over and over again? Because then you're not getting the true reflection of your capabilities.
I mean, I don't know if it's the same people there over and over again.
Okay, cool. Yeah, cool.
But it just seems like the between the cinema and just like the area, they've done like a really good job like spreading the word about that gig. And yeah, because it's just so expensive to like promote and then you can't make
Yeah.
stupid donations to make your money back. So
So why not go out of London then?
yeah, you can. I mean, I just, I got my dog, my business. I have so much going on, so I don't unless I go all the way to like India
Okay. Well, I say,
or
um,
America.
I'll talk to you briefly after it. But if you ever go Essex, like Grays Way, I can get you a 15 straight away.
I'd love to go to Essex. I'm actually opening a new branch for my business there.
Oh,
So
okay.
I will be going there at some point.
Perfect. But I'll end it with this one, Simi. So you know, you would speak to somebody who's never done comedy before. They're looking to get into it. They're a little bit shy, a little bit nervous. What advice would you give them? And you can't say just do it.
I think it's just realizing how low the stakes are. First of all, that like in a nice supportive comedy club where let's say me or like your friends, like all the comics are going to be so supportive of you because we all know how much it takes to
92% are.
go up. But I mean,
That's my number.
I
92% are nice.
I felt very supported, like even to this day, by like all of like the people who have like mentored me up to this point.
Mm.
And I would love to do the same for like somebody else in the future. But yeah, one that the stakes are literally so low. Like nothing is gonna happen if you
Mm.
do badly.
Yeah,
And like you will be shaking and like you will be anxious, but like you just have to accept it. It's not gonna go away. Don't fight it, just accept it, just accept and make friends with that anxiety and try. And if it's not for you, like it's not, like I don't know, I think public speaking for me is something that like came quite naturally, but like it really can like make people shit their pants.
yeah. And truly, no one gives a shit if you do well or not. You're forgotten about in seconds.
You move on to the next gig. It's
Yeah,
gonna be fine.
you're only as good as your last gig.
And it's for
Completely agree.
fun. I always like, part of me forgot for a minute that I'm personally doing this for fun. It's not
Yeah,
my bread and butter. And so the minute I'm not having fun and I'm stressing out about every little thing, I'm doing something wrong. Cause
yeah.
like, That's not how it's supposed to be.
And
So
also, the crowd will realise if you're having fun or not. Like
exactly.
you'll
Yeah.
just set it like set off that aura. Is that a word?
Yeah.
But that's brilliant. Simi, look, it's been absolutely lovely talking to you, dude.
You too. It was so nice to meet you. I hope that I know you're not gigging in London, but I hope that I do see you around more often.
Yeah, I only went there because my mate, not Brixton Callum, one of my mates, Callum from Bournemouth, the one who was doing about dead animals. Like,
The guy with the long
yeah,
hair?
I love him. I love him. He's
No,
more of a
I'm sure
comedian's
he's great.
comedian. More of a comedian's comedian. He wasn't for the room. I said it. I sort of like I was drinking with him before in spoons. And I was like, look, how do you think it's going to go? And he was like, yeah, I think we were right.
He was
I, I,
going strong for a
I
while though.
knew gong shows aren't for him. They are not for him because there's too many. They're not his audience.
Yeah, fair.
Like, and
Same,
it's
I
got to
feel the
accept
same
that.
way too. Like,
Yeah, and
but
he hasn't got to tie up his set or change it over. So, yeah, I mean, no, I've got no gigs planned in London whatsoever. Like, I'll go down to Hastings or fucking Essex.
oh
It's
my,
funner. Oh, I'm going up north in the next couple of months. Like, so,
oh
yeah.
nice.
Simi, dude, it's been absolutely lovely talking to you, man. And I wish you all
Yes,
the best.
you do. Take care. Bye.